going on, guys? Friday night, finally got a workout in. It's been an ice storm here in Houston, Texas. Over here at Lifetime Greenway Plaza. It's 9:30. Hit delts. Hey, listen, this is gonna be a quick little real estate video. So obviously on this not podcast, but on this YouTube channel, we go over 4 different things. We go over sales, productivity, real estate, and mindset. This is gonna be a little bit of a mindset and a little bit of real estate. All right, so this is a real life situation. What happened today? We had a deal under contract. It was a lot here in Houston. We already had it sold. We were actually set to close on it on Monday. There was an ice storm this past week, and communication was a little lacking. And there's no excuse, but it is what it is. And we didn't really communicate with the seller. We didn't communicate with the title company. Wasn't even really able to communicate until yesterday. Hold on one second. And anyway, so we called the seller today, pick up my earbud, to let him know that we need a seller information sheet filled out so we can get this thing closed out on Monday. Now, what happened is the guy goes, well, I already sold the property. I did a contract with somebody else. And my guy, George, was really confused because we were like, that doesn't make any sense. We have a contract with you. We did the contract February the 2nd. So I called the guy, introduced myself, and said, hey, Mr. Seller, what's going on? We did this agreement on February the 2nd. What's going on? And he seemed confused. So I was like, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually send you the agreement. I email you the agreement. So I emailed the agreement over to him. Very nice guy. He calls me back. And he goes, Blake, there's an issue with this agreement. And I go, what? He goes, the address is wrong. I go, wait a minute, hold on. I go, that's impossible. So I look up the address on PropStream and his name comes up. And it's on a street where he actually has a few properties. He goes, well, that's not the right address. The right address is 1427 blank street, right? We did a contract with him at 1527 blank street. Obviously it's not blank street. I'm just blocking out the name. But anyways, so I go, man, that's crazy. So I look it up. He actually owns that property, 1427, fill in the blank street. So I'm talking to this guy and I'm like, hey, Mr. Seller, here's the deal. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with this lot and let's get this deal done. And now we had him under contract for $18,000 for the lot. This other supposed buyer, which I don't even know if it's a real buyer, to be honest with you, could be just a negotiation tactic. I don't really know. He said that buyer's at $20,000. So I'm talking to him. I'm basically restarting the sales cycle, building rapport. And I go, Mr. Seller, listen, what if I'm able to give you a little bit more than that other guy? Now, I can't do a whole lot more because that's a fair price. He's already given you a fair price. Because I got to validate his price. But what if I can give you a little bit more and we can get this deal done tomorrow? So anyways, he's open to doing that. So he's talking to Blake. We represent Notre Dame, by the way. Let's go Irish. He says, Blake, we might be able to do something like that. Let me sit on. I'm going to talk to the buyer tomorrow. I'm going to call you. We're going to get this thing done. So anyways, I'm building rapport. I'm talking to him. I go, hey, how'd you get into real estate? Whole 9 yards. He tells me his whole story. In this conversation, he goes, you know what? I have another property that I'm looking to sell right now. My price is X amount and it's off of, I think it was like 6040 blank street, right? So I look it up. I start running numbers as I'm on the phone with him. His asking price is already a deal. So I go, Mr. Seller, what if we do this? I'm going to do this lot with you. And I'm going to do that property with you this weekend. We're going to do both deals and we're going to close next week. And he's open to that. Now I know for sure I'm going to lock up the house. We're going to lock up the house for sure. That's already done. The numbers already make sense. But I'm going to go ahead and get this lot also. Now the lot isn't the lot that we thought we were getting, but it's basically the same size. So the price point is pretty much the same. It's on the same street. We're going to get it for about $3,000 higher. But I'm going to send that agreement over to him tonight on both of those properties. I'm not going to wait. And I'm going to lock up both of these properties. So the moral of the story is we took a negative, we turned it into a positive. The potential negative was we thought we lost a deal. We did not lose a deal. We turned that potentially lost deal into 2 deals. And that's going to be beneficial to the company, but also to my boy George, who called me, saying, hey man, this seller's freaking out. But really, this seller was actually not freaking out. He was a really, really logical guy, smart man, been in real estate for a long time, landlord, owns a lot of properties. He's about to turn 70 years old. He wants to retire and move on with his life. So he wants to buy an RV. So the point, and the moral of the story, guys, is turn those potential negatives into a positive. If a negative situation comes up in your deal, look for the silver lining, look for the positive, and how can you maximize this situation? Not all the deals work out this way. Sometimes they do turn negative, quote unquote negative. You lose the deal. But I think on this situation, it's going to turn positive. And what I want to do is build rapport with this guy. I want to get these 2 deals done with him, and I want to turn those 2 deals into 10 more deals because he owns about 40 properties. So anyways, guys, it's Friday night. Finally got a workout in, ice storm. Hope you guys have a great weekend. But this was a real estate and a mindset video all in the same. God bless. Take care. Let's go.